Hi, this is Caitlin from Homestead Hijinks, and today we're going to make two recipes. The first one is going to be grape jelly. I have my canner going with boiling water. Back here, I have my lid simmering, which I know there's been a lot of controversy over lately, but that's how I learned. It's how I'm doing it. And then we have the ingredients over here, and we also have the ingredients for the peanut butter cookies we're going to be making. But you're going to need 6 cups of grape juice, 6 cups of sugar, a tablespoon of butter, and some pectin. I'm using liquid pectin because when I bought it, that's all my store had. Powder would probably be preferred. But okay, first you're going to come over here and in a stainless steel pan. With canning, it is always best to use stainless steel. We are going to measure out 6 cups of grape jelly. Make sure to get the no sugar added. You're adding enough sugar into the jelly, and you just don't want your juice to have the sugar already added. Alright. But this should use almost the full thing of juice with just a little bit left over. So there's 4. And then 2 more cups. Alright, so that left just a little bit. I have a lot of people in my house, so that'll be gone in no time. Alright, now we bring that to a boil. And of course, as always, this is pretty much how I do all my videos. If I'm going off her recipe, I have my laptop over here with Heather's YouTube pulled up so that I can reference as needed. But okay, you just bring this, you need it to be to a rolling boil, meaning whenever you stir it, the bubbles should not go away at all. So we're going to get that boiling and then we will be back. By the way, I completely forgot to mention, I have my jars in the oven, and my oven needs cleaned, so whatever. And that's also something that Ball says you no longer have to do. That's how I learned, that's how my grandma did it, that's how I'm going to do it. It makes me feel more comfortable since we're water bath canning, that I know they're sterilized. By the way, if you don't like grape juice, I'm not sure if this is a recipe for you to make, because right now my whole house smells like grape juice. But this isn't to a boil yet. I'm trying to get YouTube to cooperate so I can finish watching Heather's video to make sure I don't mess this up, because this is my first time making this. But we will be back in just a few. Okay, I just rewatched Heather's video, and apparently you should go ahead and add the pectin and the butter. Emerson is teething, and he's quite cranky. And you just kind of put it all over. Alright, I think that's about it. And then you add the butter, and you want to stir this continuously until it comes to a rolling boil, and then I'll add my sugar. I don't think you really want to watch me continuously stir this, so we will be back when it's time to add the sugar. Alright, while this was coming up to a boil, I had the computer beside me watching to make sure I did the rest of this right. It is exactly where we want it. If you see, it's still bubbling when the spoon is in. So we want to add our 7 cups of sugar. There's 2, and this will clump. You just have to work with it. She said that sometimes she uses a whisk to make it easier. I'm using a really deep pot, so I'm not going to try to reach down there with a whisk. There's 4 cups. Alright, 6 cups. And it was my husband's idea to use all the mini mason jars. He's a little bit odd. And 7. Alright, now we want to continuously stir this again until it comes back up to a rolling boil. And then we will want to stir it for 1 minute while it's at a rolling boil. After we do all that, we will be back and you will see me jarring it up. Alright, we are where we want to be. So my husband is being lovely and stirring it for me. It's kind of hard to tell because I'm using a really deep pan. It is at a rolling boil. So we are stirring continuously. Right now it's not thickening. I'm guessing it will, but if not, I guess the boys have a good pancake syrup. 3, 2, and 1. Alright, so we're going to move on over to the table and we will see you there. Okay, I'm pretty sure this might not set up right, but we're going to try. The jars are very hot, by the way. They just sat in the oven at 250 the whole time I did everything else. But we are going to fill them to 1/4 inch headspace. But mine is still, alright, mine is still pretty much liquid, but I've seen some that's normal for. Heather's was way more solidified at this point, but we're going to try it. I mean, the worst that can happen is it doesn't set and then my kids can just eat it over pancakes. But you fill each jar to 1/4 inch headspace. I also don't think this is going to get near as many jars as Heather did, but that's okay. That's about where you want it. And then be very careful when getting your lids and rings on if you simmered them like I did. Normally, I would be using a magnet to keep me from burning my fingers. But I do not. My kids lost mine. And don't do what I just did and forget to wipe your rims, because then you might not get a good seal. I'm just wiping them with a little bit of vinegar and a clean towel. And then lid, ring, and you do it till finger tight. You do not over tighten, or I'm not really sure what will happen, but I just know you're not supposed to. But there is one, and we will see how many we get out of this, and I will be back when all my jars are filled. Alright, we ended up with just over 4 pints, and that one, I don't know if you can see that good. I'm not even going to bother processing. I'm just going to put it in my fridge. But I am going to get these in the canner and process them for 5 minutes. Alright, 5 minutes have passed. And the jars have been properly processed. And now we are going to take these out. They're still a little bit liquidy, but what was left in the pan, you could tell that it was thickening up as it cooled. So I will show you guys what it looks like tomorrow to see how well it thickened up. But there you go. There is grape jelly made from grape juice. Alright, it is the next morning. Ignore cranky pants over there. And I just wanted to show you. See that? It has completely set. So we have 4, and I did taste it last night, and I will never buy store-bought jelly again. Okay, so this is Caitlin from Homestead Hijinks, and I need to go take care of a teething cranky vet. But whenever I make another flavor, I will do a more confident video. But all I have to say is go over to Heather's channel, The Needy Homesteader, check out her video, and make sure you try to make this jelly. Thank you. Have a great day.